What's up, everybody? We're back with another Live to Roll Live. I forgot I was going to let Tom introduce this week. My
I
bad.
was gonna say Bogart the intro over there, Shawn. I
Dang
was
it, I
like all ready
forgot.
to go. I was gonna say, "What's up, everybody?" Just like you do, and you just swiped it from me, broski. No, I'm just kidding.
Restart.
Uh,
Tom.
well, welcome
Take two.
everybody. What is up? Welcome to another episode of Live to Roll. And today, I'm your host, Tom Conaway. I'm taking over the host seat this week for Shawn, who's going to be in more of a guest role. We're going to be tossing him some questions. But today, we're talking about fitness, the importance of it. But specifically, we're going to be talking about a couple online fitness groups that you guys might be interested in taking part of. So today we have with us Dillon Connolly. Do you mind taking a minute to introduce yourself for us, my friend?
How's it going? I'm Dillon, founder of Zook Fitness, and glad to be on the show and good friends with all these guys.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming over here. We're mixing up the introduction order. So let's toss it over to our main host slash guest here today, Shawn and Bobby. Do you guys mind taking a minute to introduce yourselves?
Bobby, go for it. I'll go last this time.
I don't know. Yeah, you've never been lost. I don't know. You're so eager to go, but I'll go. What's up, everyone? I'm Bobby Rohan, C5, C6. Hurt 32 years ago in a cycling accident. I just want to say a couple people have been reaching out to me lately on my Instagram regarding colostomies, and happy to always answer any questions you guys might have. Not a doctor. I'm just somebody that went through it, and I'll do my best when you guys are asking me questions. So keep the questions coming. Thanks a lot, everyone, and live to roll. So let's move it over to our last guest, Shawn Fluke.
All right, what's up, everybody? Yeah, my name's Sean, C5, C6 quad from a snowboarding accident, and I'm also a Zook Fitness coach trainer, working with Dylan, doing some videos and stuff over there. So, yeah, that's we're gonna be talking about fitness and all the stuff we do to get in shape here today.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you, Dylan, our guest. Thanks, Shawn, our puppet master slash guest today. Was behind Live to Roll and Bobby. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you being here, talking about this stuff with us. And I just did want to reiterate real quick what Bobby said. Thank you for shouting that out, Bobby. I'm glad some of you guys are out there reaching out for advice, support, whatever it is. I just wanted to reiterate that we're all available. I'm sure even Dylan, if you guys want to reach out on any other matters, we're all always available via Instagram or YouTube message, comments, or whatever. So don't hesitate to reach out to us personally because we're always happy to talk. But let's dive on in,
Heck yeah.
if that's okay. So let's start out with Dylan. I want to ask you a couple more personal questions, if you don't mind, before you start talking about Zook Fitness and all that stuff. Can you tell us how you got injured?
Yeah, so I'm like a C4, C5, spinal cord injury complete. Dove into a wave at the beach and hit a sandbar. So don't do that if any able-bodied people are watching. Um, and yeah, it was like it was a big adjustment. I mean, it's an understatement, but
How
um,
long ago was it?
7 years, just a little over 7 years ago.
And how old were you when you were injured? If you don't mind me asking.
25. So I'm
Okay.
almost just about to turn 33. Oh gosh.
I feel you, bro. I
Hey,
just turned
I
29.
wish.
And
Sorry,
Bobby just
Bobby.
turned 50. So
That's all right.
I guess we still got a couple more years before we catch up to Bobby. So maybe we should keep our mouth shut.
Nah, it's all good.
But
I
Bobby's
remember
looking
those are the
great.
days.
I mean, you had me fooled. I would not think you had made it 50 times around the sun, my friend, because
I,
you're looking good. But all of you guys are looking great.
I think
Um,
Bobby's body's still younger than mine though. He's
Bobby is in some pretty great shape, honestly.
So
Yeah.
obviously you started Zook Fitness more recently after you were injured. What was your inspiration for that? Were you athletic before you were injured? Were you into athletics?
Yeah, fitness. I didn't know that I wanted to start a fitness platform, but like fitness was absolutely my life uh, before my injury, and yeah, like everything I enjoyed doing was something active. You know, like snowboarding, kiteboarding, wakeboarding, skateboarding, biking, mountain biking, you name it.
Swimming?
Like, and yeah, swimming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
swimming
that's
was
what
my
Dylan's
life.
big sport was.
Swimming was absolutely my life, like all through, growing up, middle school, high school, college, and yeah, it's really like my background knowledge of fitness is all from swimming. Like my coaches have always had like PhDs in sports medicine stuff. I don't even know there's a whole bunch of different PhDs they've had, but yeah, I after my injury, I basically felt like pretty blessed that I was able to, as an engineer and and able to design stuff on the computer. I would like 3D print random adapters for helping myself like be a little bit more independent. Even though as like a C4, C5, I'm not super independent, but so I felt bad for people who couldn't do that. So I knew that, and also the other reason is anytime you meet like a spinal cord injury, you immediately have such a close like bond with them because they're the only other person who like truly understands like what you guys are both going through. And like I think that's true for everyone. Like everyone feels that, but um, yeah, I knew I wanted to start some sort of company to help spinal cord injuries, and then whoever else we can help along the way. And when I started grad school, I just had the mission of starting anything, and uh, we went through a few different options that I initially did not start off doing anything with fitness, and um, just from talking to over 100 different people with in wheelchairs, like we ended up pivoting and pivoting and ending up with Zook Fitness.
Awesome. How long after your injury did it take you to kind of start getting physically active again in that regard?
It took me 5 years to like be ready to get back to school, and it took me about the same amount of time to uh, really just yeah, it's like I was in and out of physical therapy and in and out of doing my own workouts at home, and uh, so I'd say more recently, the last like 2 years, I've tried to make working out more of a priority. Um, it's just yeah, I have to. My left arm doesn't work, so I have to work out with like a caregiver, and they help me out with my left arm. And if I follow Shawn's workouts, I adapt them for myself. And eventually, we're gonna get some videos, uh, for people who are like C4s, C5, C4s or like mixed like I am, on how to adapt them. But it's a much smaller population, so
Yeah. I mean, I'm
sorry.
right in your realm. I'm a 5'6", like C5, C6, and my right arm is my weak one. And like I have some like wrist control on my left side, but when it comes to like my right side, I just don't
Right.
have like the ability to grip or like supinate and pronate. So when it comes to working out, especially like the fine motor stuff, I always struggle on my right side. But just like figure it out, find balance, and make tools. And look at awesome resources like Zook Fitness. So I do want to talk a little bit about that. I know it is a website and a fitness resource, and you guys are working on videos and working on classes and working on all kinds of different things. Can you just tell us about Zook Fitness, what it is, and maybe how you got hooked up with Shawn? And we can segue over to the coaching aspect a little bit and some other different things.
How did I get hooked up with Shawn? I think I just met Shawn randomly at like Rancho, Is that right?
Yeah, I was at the I met at the Rancho like sports the games. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine.
same place I
Um,
met Bobby for the first time too.
yeah, at
Um,
Rancho doing they're doing their sports day festival. We just started
yeah,
talking and stuff about live to roll, and then yeah, you're telling me about the stuff workout stuff, and initially
and
we just started doing stuff on Zoom, just like what Bobby's doing right now and stuff you guys are doing. But it was really small groups, not like you guys are doing. It was like me and like two other quads just working out. Um,
but
with
yeah,
yeah, but
to answer your question, Tom, yeah, Zook Fitness is just a workout library for people in wheelchairs. You know, we have workouts from paraplegics and quadriplegics with spinal cord injuries. Right now, we have filmed some with one of the guys had MS, um, and yeah, I think it's suitable for anyone in a chair. Um, and yeah, we're just anyone who wants to try it out and give us feedback, we love to hear feedback, and um, we
So
definitely want.
it's a membership program, right? So in order to
Yeah,
gain access to all the resources and the videos, you need to get a membership to the website.
yeah,
Is there a monetary base entrance for this? Do you have to pay or is it free?
yeah. Eventually it'll be $20, but right now we're doing our launch special, 50% off. So it's $10 a month, and there are occasionally we'll put up free videos. Like I think right now there's maybe 5 free videos. Just put another one today. And, so people can try out workouts without having to sign up, and then but yeah, we always release new workouts weekly, um, at least a para and a quad workout every week, and our production's ramping up, so hopefully we'll have more and more like in the next month.
Yeah, I can, vouch. These guys are awesome, super experienced, and particularly like Shawn, one of the coaches over there, is pretty awesome quad athlete who's been working out and doing rugby, and has had and toes in a lot of different kinds of athleticism after his injury. So Shawn, can you talk to us a little bit about your athletic background before your injury, after, and how you got into Zook?
Sure, yeah. So I am probably not as much of an athlete as Dylan or Bobby was pre. Like I always had, I guess like natural athletic ability, but like I know Bobby was like a triathlete. Dylan was like an almost Olympic swimmer. Like, I just kind of snowboarded and skated, and I grew up playing soccer, hockey, baseball when I was younger. Um, but I just kind of I had natural athletic ability, I would say, but I didn't like train super hard or like focus on anything really extreme, except for snowboarding. I guess more was like my really one like my key focus. Obviously, until I got hurt. And then after my injury, it took me a couple years, but I actually went out. I got brought out to watch rugby at the Northridge gym, and Bobby was actually there playing with his Loma Linda team at the time. The Northridge team was there, um, and like it was just really cool for me to watch and see. And it kind of sparked something back in me, like that I would want to get back into some sort of sport again and do, you know, just it seemed like something I could be interested in. And then once I started coming around more and hanging around the practices, it really just opened me up and started pushing me like. And then from that point, I really started pushing myself to work out. And then I was just working out with other, actually Mike DeYoung, one of the guys on my rugby team. He was the one I learned my transfer from, and also he used to come to my house and just work out with me at my house, and that was our little workout group back before there was any type of video calling or any video any quality any workout online or anything like that. We were just doing it, in my garage. Um, and then from there, yeah, I just kind of have progressed, and rugby is really what's been the fuel and pushed me to keep going and stay in shape. And then like Bobby posting all of his workouts, him pushing, makes me also motivated to make sure I stay faster than Bobby. Bobby's kind of like my big brother, quad brother. So like, you always want to beat your big brother, you know. So I always have to compete. He is a little bit of my fuel.
Well, let's transition over to our other guest, Bobby,
Yeah, we
the
can do.
illustrious and venerable Bobby Rohan. Um, you are a coach for another subscription-based fitness program, and we talked about it on the show a couple times before. But now we're going to get into some details. We've had another good friend, Paul, who's also a part of the fitness program, if I'm not correct, on the show before. But can you tell us a little bit about Staying Driven Fitness, how you got involved, what is involved with it, and yeah, just the spiel.
Sure. Well, it kind of started, during the pandemic. We're sitting around the house a lot more. You know, it wasn't quite warm enough to go outside and start pushing, and just got lazy. I got hurt. I got pneumonia about 3 years ago. And after that, I just didn't get back on track with anything. I wasn't playing rugby, wasn't really pushing much. I'd go out with a buddy of mine, and maybe you should get hooked up with him, Dillon. Ryan Butcher. Him and I would go out pushing. And, it was nice to just be out there, but I wasn't really pushing hard. And just during the pandemic, it was just like, I'm not going to sit around here. I wasn't going into the office anymore, which I found out I liked a lot better. And then I just started going online of YouTube and just saw what's Adapt to Perform, Ben Clark. He's live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I checked him out one day. It was just every morning he was doing an hour live fitness through the pandemic. And, I was like, okay, here, I'll try this. And I did a couple of his videos after I got pneumonia to try to get back into shape. I didn't keep it up. I didn't, look at it much. Just did it maybe a handful of times. And then started working with with him every morning, paid his little membership Patreon thing that was, I figured like, if I give $9 to this each month, then I'm making a commitment. And so I kind of paid that little $9 or $10, and it just kind of made me commit to working out every day. So I'm doing it, I'm having fun. And then I start meeting some of the people in the chat, like what we have here, and met Paul and a couple others that are kind of there every day, chatting away. And it was, it gave me something to do during the pandemic. And also I felt like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm getting back into shape. And I think it was a year ago, I was kind of searching for more. I'm like, really enjoying this. I want more. And then I found out that one of our good friends up north, like Triumph Foundation, called NorCal Mobility, they had a free fitness class that you can attend Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm like, I'll check this out. Checked it out, and I'm like, ooh, now I really like this. This is a lot better because it was a little more intense, and I can see everybody working out now. I wasn't just seeing one person. I was actually working out with a bunch of people. And the coach for that, her name is Steph Hammerman, and she's a CrossFit competition background. She has CP, and she was just kind of sparked it that it gave me to really work out hard. Uh, I told Paul about it. I'm like, Paul, you got to check this out. This is up our alley. So we started working out twice a week with her, and then found out that she had her own online fitness platform called Staying Driven that I can attend every day. And it was once in the morning at 6 a.m., which many times or all the times I don't attend, or I can do the 2:30 afternoon class. So I started doing 230 every day and really enjoyed that. And then eventually she's just like, hey, you ever think about coaching? Yeah, I mean, you're always encouraging everybody. You guys should be coached, to Paul and I. There's a adaptive inclusive, it's called the Adaptive Inclusive Academy program where you get your certificate and learn how to adapt certain workouts. And that's what I decided to do. Paul and I attended that. It was a 6 week course, got our certificate, and then started coaching for Staying Driven. And our workouts are like a CrossFit fitness style where we do strengthening and then we do like a Metcon or a cardio of some sort. So you're getting two styles in one workout. And Shawn's putting up some of the workouts that we do on the board. And those are some of the workouts that we do, and they're an hour. And now through the month of October, we're trying this out, and they're being attended really well. Where we're doing 6 a.m. These are all Pacific times: 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 2:30, or 5. So I coach about 5 or 6 of them throughout the week. Paul does the other ones, and we just have a good time. I mean, it's most everybody in the classes have some type of disability, not just spinal cord, but all types of disabilities. So it's great to see other people working just as hard as you want to work.
Are there any non-disabled people allowed to attend?
A couple. We do have a
Okay.
couple, but not many. And
Okay.
then we have 5 different coaches. Four of them or 5 of them have some type of disability, and one of them does not. He's a regular CrossFit coach in North Carolina, but he's really knowledgeable and really knows how to adapt each of the workouts.
So that's kind of my other question is this is for Zook Fitness as well. Dillon, Shawn, whoever wants to field it. Does it require any equipment for the workouts outside of just like the membership fees? Like, do you have to get your own personal equipment, or are there workouts that require no equipment?
Yeah, I mean, equipment's always optional, but we try to make it just easy stuff that a lot of people already do have, like wrist weights,
Mhm.
or can get very easily. Like, a lot of times we use like a PVC pole or pipe, that's like
Yeah.
cut to like, I don't know, 4 feet long. And then stretch cords as well. But Shawn, you want to add to that?
So to start the workout, we're gonna do a little bit of a cardio shoulder warm up. So let's get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a
Live
quick little video of
Zook Fitness crossover.
yeah. But yeah, so we have just like little pole like that. There's Leo, one of our para trainers. All right, so what we're gonna start with. So yeah, we do some band workout, but a lot of it's just free form workout. Wrist weights if you want. If you have anything, I'm using no wrist weights.
Huh.
I'm just doing free form.
Looking good, Mr. Fluke. Exercising
Have
away.
fun with it. If you want to make a little dance move, you can do that too.
Shawn having a little fun right here.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But you could see this is a great example of some of the videos you can get access to. Super high production quality, really awesome, professional, well done videos that can guide you on your exercises.
Yep. So that's pretty much. Just a quick sample of kind of what they are, what the workouts look like.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Absolutely, dude.
But yeah,
Uh,
most of the workouts I do, I don't use. I either just use my wrist weights or the PVC pole, or we have like that little. It's like a weight bag, but you can just use any type of backpack with straps on it, which would work. So
And as
Yeah,
with
and
any of this stuff, a lot of it's like the cheapest places to just get on Amazon. Like maybe look for ones that other quads or pairs recommend. Wrist weights are pretty easy. I got mine at Big Five. And as far as any of the other uh, equipment that might need to be modified or specialized, usually Amazon or Big Five or a place like that is a real easy place to pick up some of the just basics like the stretchy bands and stuff that you'll need to use.
and super soon we're gonna have our affiliate links for TRX, and we'll have a discount for anyone who uh, shops or wants TRX stuff. Um,
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we use
super
the
cool.
TRX armbands a little bit, like the resistance bands, which those are cool too. We're really, and you can get those on Amazon cheap as well if you want from anywhere. But the TRX ones are good, and they come with like door loops, so you can like hook them on the door and use them off of any doorway if you need to.
But the big point of Zook and Stay Driven is to kind of bring the workouts to your home. Do not
Yeah,
require a lot of equipment or a lot of extra stuff. You can just be hanging out in your bedroom or your living room or wherever, and be able to do a lot of these things. Just at home without uh, all the professional stuff that you might find at a gym. Um, Now, how about staying driven? Do you guys have any equipment that you recommend or require?
Right. So all the workouts, you do not need equipment, but it's always great to add that weight and challenge yourself. So we use just same stuff that Dylan was talking about, the like PCV piping, or you can just grab a broomstick. So grabbing a
yeah,
broomstick, using a broomstick. So you can find a lot of things around your house, and then a lot of wrist weights. A lot of people in our uh, on staying driven, they use dumbbells, and they're challenging themselves with 5, 8, 10, 15. But for us in the room here, we're quads, so it's really nice. I know that you were saying go to big five, but you want to find the wrist weights you want to find are the ones with the hoop for your thumb.
Yeah, so they don't keep on your arm.
So finding these like these with the thumb, so you can just put your thumb in there. So when you are working out or you're doing shoulder to overhead, they're not moving all over your wrist. So it's just nice to get them on,
how
and then they're staying on.
Hey Bobby,
And then
how heavy do they make those?
what's that?
How heavy do they make those? That style, you
So
know?
you can find them online at 1 pound, 2 pounds, and 3 pounds.
Because
And
big boy Shawn over here will use 5 pounds sometimes, and he's
yeah,
got
and
I'm just
I
like
guess
he kicks my butt. Like I uh, I was actually feeling really like down this morning, and I followed a workout that we just posted today that Shawn had done, and it destroyed me. And Shawn's using several pounds on his wrist, and I'm just dying, barely keeping up. But I mean, not keeping up at all. Let's set that clear. But
yeah. No,
right.
that hand thing, that hand loop is really cool because I know that's the one problem I have sometimes is I have to get it real tight, or when I do go up, it like slides, it'll slip down a little bit. It slides on the wrist.
Right. Yeah,
And
and
But
those can be limited on some of my like obviously when I'm doing bicep curls, it's just like I wish there were more. I could get more weight. I can easily do weight, but it's yeah. You kind of adapt to what you got. So sometimes you can go to dumbbells and they get the sure hands, sure grips, and use get a workout that way as well. So there's lots of different options out there.
thank you, Paul, who's getting ready to
Paul,
head out and go coach right now. We appreciate you, and he says he definitely needs to go check out Zook Fitness. Definitely go check out that. And anybody else, if you're curious, it's definitely worth at least going and checking out. Staying driven and Zook. I just wanted to touch on what Dylan said a moment ago. While fitness can be a competition, general health and fitness is not. It's just something that we all, it's important to incorporate into your life to, maintain a good level of health. So Shawn and Bobby joke about competing all the time and pushing each other, and I think that can be a really great incentive, for you, to compete with your friends and push yourselves and push yourself to lift more and do more. But this is all about hanging out and being friendly and being friends and supporting each other, no matter your level, no matter how much you can lift, because we're all here working to get stronger and see improvement in each other. And I think, and I know Stay Driven and Zook are all about that, supporting you no matter your level of disability, no matter your level of strength. Do not let that intimidate you. If you have an interest in, getting back to some physical activity, no matter your level of function, there's something you can do. And I'm sure Stay Driven and Zook will, find a way to, help support you in that endeavor. So I
Okay.
just wanted to mention that for anybody out there, because it can be intimidating to go into these, social environments and put yourself out there and expose yourself, especially when you don't feel like you're the strongest. But it's not a competition. Everybody's just here supporting each other.
And maybe another thing too, I was gonna say, like the whole community aspect of it is really big. Like you said, me and Bobby help like pushing each other and like just that motivation of like just having friends. Because like I didn't get that until I got to rugby initially. Because initially with your able-bodied friends and family, they're not gonna push you like, oh, you push harder, work hard. You need to do more reps. Like like they're not gonna tell you that kind of stuff because they're like, but your other people that are with a disability are going to like push you and do those things and like can be that motivation for you. So that's the great thing about these things. They're both interactive communities where we're trying to group together and work out together and make it easier for you. So like, and if you are nervous about coming to the community by yourself, maybe bring a friend to start. Like see if somebody else wants to start with you that you're comfortable being with, and the two of you can jump into like the community and try it out. Either
If
one.
you don't
So
have anybody to join you, let me know, and I'll join you. For your first workout or whatever it is. We're always, looking to support each other. Most of all, when it comes to this stuff. And I mean, I'm just speaking personally because I firsthand know how it can be. Going out to an adaptive rec event. Feeling kind of weak. Like I'm not the best hand cycler, and I still push myself to try to go and get in a hand bike and like chug along, compared to my other quad homies who are doing circles and laps around me. But the big important thing is to, like set the vanity aside a little bit. Make sure you're staying active and getting active because that's the super important stuff. So
on
let's
that
talk.
note, real
Yeah,
quick
go ahead.
before we move on, we had a question actually from Corey for any good recommendations for hand cycle stationary, which is like the rollers. I don't know about hand cycle, but I know Bobby pushes, I think, on rollers his regular chair. Don't you have
Yeah,
like stationary rollers?
yeah. So behind me, I don't know
Oh yeah, I can see
which
him back
direction
there.
I have
Yeah,
to go. I think I sent you a picture of it, Sean.
you did. Let
But
me
it's
see if I can pull that up. I don't.
it's the Invictus trainer that you can find through Invictus, I think it is. Um, God, it's been a while since I even told anybody about it because nobody really asked me about it. But it's a Invictus roller trainer that I got last year, and it works really well. It's a tough workout. The only thing I have to take that one outside on carpet. It's not level, so I kind of go one side to another. Um, but when I'm on pavement or on the hardwood floors, it works great. Another stationary hand cycle is, I think it's called SciFit. They make a really good one. There's a couple out there.
Google.
For some reason, I
Google's
couldn't find your picture right now, Bobby, but I don't know
Oh,
why.
cool.
And if you're a quad and you're into, that was always my favorite exercise. When I would go over to this like local gym, I would attend near me. They had armorgometers, like armorgometer stations, which is basically, if you're a quad, it's like something you can pull up to in your chair, lock your hands in, and then cycle and set resistance and stuff. And that was always like my favorite cardio workout at the gym. And I looked into getting an armorgometer. They're kind of expensive. I don't know, it's like the cheapest one I could find was like $150, and it looked like a cheapo. So if you want to, if you're a quad into your cardio, but you're like exercise from a power chair and still want to consider something like that, look up arm ergometers. And I don't have a specific brand to mention, but I did personally look into those a while ago, and they're super fun to use for cardio if you're a quad in a power chair.
Yeah, I just basically Googled stationary hand cycles, you can find a ton. Yeah, there's one called SciFit Pro. That's a little on the spendy side. You can find them anywhere from 5 grand to, it looks like I see something for $128.
That
So
sounds
there's,
more reasonable than 5,000.
yeah, I mean, it looks like something that sits on your desk and
Yeah, those are cool. The ones that just sit on your desk and you can like. I
yeah,
mean, if you just need something for like a
it's a
good
small
workout.
little crank. You know, it's small. It's a small little crank, so you're not going to get a big crank. But they're out there. You've got to find them. And equipment is a different breed. It's nice to use free weights, but it gets into like behind me. I have my Invictus trainer,
Yeah,
and
that
then I
thing's
have that
cool.
here, and you're getting into now equipment that you might not use as much. I definitely rather work out with friends on mine than get on my ski erg. Or I'd rather go to the to the beach and start pushing than work on my ski erg. But on that rainy day or the cold day, it's definitely awesome. And I get a great workout.
What are your
Yeah,
guys' favorite kind of workouts? I'm gonna start with Dylan. When you exercise, what's your favorite kind of workout to do?
Zook fitness workouts, man.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
like specifically, is there any specific exercise, like a particular type of exercise you like to do?
I mean, usually just anything with wrist weights. And I'll use my caregiver for resistance as well.
Uh,
Like we'll do rows, or she'll help me do circles with my left arm, and then I do my right on my own with wrist weights. And
mhm.
being uneven, it's like I gotta get someone to hold my left shoulder down, so then I don't fall over with the wrist weights. Um, yeah, so it's not ideal, but that's what works for me.
Yeah, well, it's
nice.
not ideal, but you make it work, and that's kind of what this is all about. It's like, I mean, the situation is not ideal, but
Yeah.
fact is, you can make it work, and it's important to push yourself to try to make it work and make sure you're getting that physical activity in. So, Dylan, thank you for inspiring us, to push ourselves to work out. Because, hey, man, like you say, you struggle with it, but you're doing it, and that's what it's all about. So, just doing it. How about you, Sean? What's your favorite kind of workout?
Um, I mean, I honestly like all kinds of workouts, but to be honest, I think my favorite thing to do is pushing the rugby chair, just like for long cardio. But I like to just use wrist weight workouts are probably my like favorite just like regular workout that I do, just using the wrist weights because wrist weights are easy. And honestly, sometimes I'll leave them on after my workout for like a half hour and just get like that, like just like drinking water with them and stuff, like living life. And then when I take them off, I'm like, oh my god, I'm strong. But so wrist weights are probably I guess my favorite regular. But I feel like I really get like for my cardio because like I really like to get that like just like I like to be breathing to where like I like am struggling to breathe. So like that's in the rugby chair usually I can get like that like to where like I need a break like which for some reason I like to push myself to that level and I don't know.
And I will ask Bobby, but I think I already know the answer to the question because Bobby's a pusher, man. It's like pushing around the world almost.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
actually put some of
what's
Bobby's
your
pushes
favorite
up.
kind of exercise, Bobby?
I definitely love the. I mean, I grew up as like Dylan, a swimmer. Started when I was elementary, all the way up to high school. To my accident, I got burned out, and wanted something more. So that when I got into triathlons and cycling, so definitely when I pushed the 100-mile days, oh, those were the greatest days. So I'm kind of that way. I love to push, go out there and go. The further, the longer, the better. I've never been a big, get into the gym and do weights, the big heavy weights. And in some ways, that's why I like getting my 2.5 pounds or 3 pounds or 1 pounds and doing my workout. And I rather, instead of just doing 10 reps at like as much weight as I can, I'm
Oops.
more like I rather do 30 weights at a lighter weight.
Yeah.
It just feels more natural to me. It feels like I'm not injuring myself. I feel like I get more of a heart rate workout. I just love cardio. So anything with cardio is the it just that's just fits my style. I've never been a buff guy, never been anybody that is going to get that muscle, but I just get that endurance from all the cardio workout.
Yeah,
See,
and
I kind
any
of like the weight a little bit more than I think than Bobby because I like that like to feel I don't know a little bit of the weight resistance. Sorry, Dylan. Go ahead. What were you saying?
oh, you're good. No, and any of you any single people out there, just throw some wrist weights on when you go on Tinder or Bumble, and you'll be feeling it at the end.
Huh, all your swipes. There.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
you're like just almost can't swipe anymore.
That's pretty good. But
That's not
it's just
bad.
like what Shawn said. Wearing wrist weights during your regular ADLs. Like adding a little bit of weight and resistance to your normal activities and daily living. People do it all the time with ankle weights. Under their pant legs, walking around with just like a little bit of extra weight and stuff. And like that low resistance over a good period of time will you'll definitely feel it. And can definitely have a positive effect. I've
And
done that
I,
before.
I do that with the rugby chair when I push. Typically before a tournament, I take air out of the tires so that I'm pushing on a lower tire pressure and it's a lot harder to push the chair. I used to add weights under the chair too, but now I just more do the tire pressure because that is so noticeable. If you take your 110, 120 pound pressure down to like 50, 60, yeah, it's a lot more resistance on the push.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did we freeze?
Are we frozen?
Oh no, for
Oh, we're good.
momentarily.
We're back. All right.
My internet might be
sorry,
slow.
for the, sorry for the minor techie glitches, people. It's just the nature of the beast, I guess. Sometimes we get those little tech blunders. But we're still here, and we're still talking about fitness. So let's talk a little bit more about kind of the general topic of it. And I'm just gonna field this to all you guys, but we'll start with Dylan, our guest today. Why is fitness so important for all people, regardless of your disability or ability? Big question.
Oh, I think you're muted.
You're muted. Is that
Sorry, and then it froze. I thought, but
now you're
yeah,
good?
no, it's even more important for people in a chair because like we're not, your leg muscles are the largest muscles in your body, and um, yeah, you're not burning calories just walking around. Um, and anyone, please feel free to jump in. And I, I, uh, I mean, there's a million reasons why you should work out. We put an article on our on the website, uh, saying exactly that. What are like some 5 good reasons that you may have not known uh, why you should work out. But like, I mean, you live longer, better blood flow. Like, oxygen is healing, and the only way you get oxygen to your body is through blood flow, and it happens a lot faster when you exercise. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think physical exercise has a really important role to play in mental health as well.
yeah, it,
Um,
it absolutely
It
improves your
does
mood. Like
really.
literally, I was telling this morning, when I did Sean's workout, I was so like in a not great mood and not feeling great, and just always hands, force yourself to do it, and you'll feel better after.
Yeah,
And especially
it's
if you
like
get a
a
routine.
physical response to the extra oxygen in your blood going to your brain, like Dylan said. But, it's hard to not feel good when your body's not feeling good. And sedimentary lifestyle, leads to inflammation and, other, like body pains and stiffness and stuff that can, add to the struggle. So here I am talking. I'm supposed to be hosting. Bobby, can you tell us a little bit about why fitness is important to you and in general?
Well, obviously, it's your circulation is a big part of it. You want to make sure that circulation is flowing. It's good for your skin. It's good for your heart, your blood pressure, your heart rate, just overall, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel better about yourself. Uh, I definitely have been on cloud nine for the last 2 years, just getting back into fitness. I mean, I've been in, with retiring from quad rugby. I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? And I was going to a gym for a while, adaptive gym, which was great, and being around people, doing the cardio, doing the stationary hand cycling, and they had a machine, Vitaglide. I loved the Vitaglide, and just it felt like I was swimming. The hand cycle, I felt like I was cycling. I get on a stepper, it feels like I'm going, moving the step. I was doing it with my arms, but my legs were moving at the same time. It just felt like, oh, I just loved it. And then, of course, work took over, adding more hours, and just beating the clock, and got out of it, pushing on the weekends here and there or on my day off. But it just never was the same. And then during the pandemic, getting back into it is just like, oh man, now I feel, yeah, I just turned 50, but now I feel like I'm 40 or 35 again. It just feels great. And luckily, I have, one reason why I also keep the smaller weights is, I want to, not have any shoulder problems. Our balance being at the C5-6 level is kind of crappy to begin with. So some of the exercise move, I the heavier weights is great, and I want to be there, but I just noticed like I started losing my balance, and then I'm prone to almost getting injured. So I kind of keep the lower weights and then do the more reps.
Yep.
Nice.
Injury
Uh,
prevention is a big one too.
Yeah, it is.
Strengthening, yeah, your body is super important for that, for sure.
Like
Yeah,
even
Yeah.
and
able-bodied, you can hurt your shoulders really easily. Not always doing good shoulder warm-ups.
yeah,
How about
definitely warming up and cooling down is a big factor. And it and fitness, it goes hand in hand with nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Having that nutrition and making sure that those go hand in hand, because if you're going to want to do fitness and you're eating poorly, it's not going to go hand in hand. Your workouts aren't going to be the same. You're not going to get the same results, and you're not going to feel that good, and probably not going to motivate you to want to work out. So definitely fitness, nutrition goes with fitness. And then it's great because then on a Sunday, when I'm going to go have that big, fat, juicy burger, I don't feel guilty because I put in the work this week. And I know that it's just, I'm going to burn it off next week, or I burned it off this week. So I can enjoy some of those treats of having a juicy burger or having a big, juicy steak, and, a glass of beer or whatever, and not feel guilty about it.
So let's thank you
Yeah.
for that perfect segue. And I do want to get Sean's thoughts on the importance of physical fitness, but maybe Sean can start us off talking about the importance of fitness and nutrition, and talk about nutrition. Do you have any special type of diet? And that goes for Dylan and Bobby as well. Um,
Well, I'll say
um,
just to on the last point, I pretty much agree with everything they said with circulation. Pretty much everything was good points, and I was going to also say just living your daily life. Being stronger makes everything you do easier as a quad. Like just feeding yourself, literally, like anything and everything is easier if you're a little bit stronger, and because you're working out. And then as far as nutrition goes and the crossover, yeah, like that is super important. And I'm also gonna mention body healing. is goes with nutrition as well. So putting the right things in your body to process also is going to leave less toxins and things in your body. But getting those, you're still going to have things like building up from working out that you should release. Like if you can, massage, acupuncture, things like that. Like I do once a month, I get like a massage cupping thing, just a muscle treatment because I'm constantly working out through the month. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick too. And diet, I don't eat like a very specific diet, but I do try to eat fairly healthy. Like I don't
You're the
want to eat
skinniest
fast
quad
food
I
every
know,
day.
bro. There must be some
So
secret to it.
well, okay, so on the skinny thing and on that, I do have a fast metabolism, and because of that, I eat small portions and often. So I'll snack every few hours. I'm eating something, but it's not typically huge portions and huge meals. So that's one of the things I also have done all my life. I've always been like a small portion, but often eater. Um, and I don't know. I think that keeps my metabolism moving fairly quick, or maybe it's just a side effect of my metabolism. I'm not sure. Either way, they go hand in hand.
How about you, Dylan? Do you have a specific diet you try to stick to?
Not really. I just try to not eat like crap all the time. Like I'm super knowledgeable about like what's good for you and what's not, and um, yeah. Also, just I usually try to eat a salad every day because otherwise,
Greens
us
are good.
quads know the issues. Well, I guess pears too, right? But um, yeah. So
I was gonna say I don't really diet for any like health, like fitness or
I,
health reason outside of like it's important to like try to maintain it to like have a good bowel program in the morning and not
Yeah.
have accidents all the time. But that
Uh,
is a big part of it. How about you, Bobby? Do you do any specific nutrition? And how about like supplements as well? Do you guys take any like vitamins or pre-workout to get jacked and
well,
juiced before you dive into it or anything like that?
One that you do want to answer your first question. I don't have like a certain diet. I do not a big eater in the morning, so I do a fruit protein, plant protein based uh, juice every morning or smoothie. So lots of fruit. I'm a big fruit and veggie eater with snacks in between almonds, carrots. I'm with you, Dylan. Every day I have a salad. I had a salad for lunch. I had a salad yesterday, and most every day I have a salad. And then I eat just you know, a regular supper meal. We always have a veggie at our meal, but I do if I want that pasta, I do go for the pasta, but just not the heavy creams. I like to keep the pesto or no Alfredo, nothing like that. I eat the chicken, get my proteins. Uh, so omega threes, the fish, but I don't have like, oh, I'm going to have this many calories or this much protein. I just make sure I have a good, well balanced diet.
Yeah.
And with the supplements, you got to be careful. Those those pre workout Jack here,
yeah.
aminos. You got to be careful because that can pump up your heart rate. And I did do that many moons ago before a workout, and ooh, I thought my heart was gonna just pace right out of my body. It was just like, oh, so you got to be really careful. And it was just something that somebody gave me, said, oh, you want a good workout? Here, try these. And I would not recommend that at all.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
know how much.
I was gonna
Sorry.
say some pre-workouts can be pretty dangerous. Just super high levels of caffeine and other things that are supposed to, like help support your energy and like output during your workout. But for us quads, paras, individuals with other conditions, just be super, super aware of the effect it has on your blood pressure and your heart rate and things like that. Because for us, it's a lot. It can be a lot trickier to maintain a healthy balance with that kind of thing. So if you're doing supplements, make sure they're the nutritional kind, and maybe not the pre-workout get jacked kind.
Well, yeah, if you do enjoy caffeine, just know exactly how much uh, is your amount. Oops. Um, and yeah, the other thing I want to say, if anyone's getting into like just starting working out, just make sure you always like try to get a meal in or at least some protein after you work out. Because otherwise, it's like if you get nothing in and you have a tough workout, like your muscles are literally depleting themselves, to rebuild. And well, they don't rebuild, but they
Yeah.
literally eat their own protein.
They're not
But
going to
yeah,
build up themselves. They're going to lose what the workout was.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you're literally
So
hurting yourself. So always make sure to
so
eat, within like something within 30 minutes after your workout, and then
It's pretty
hopefully,
much like it's like driving your car, to Vegas, and you get to Vegas, you got to feel it, and if you don't feel it, then it's just going to run out on you.
Yep.
yeah,
And you don't want
and
your
that
body to run out on you. We are approaching the end of the show, 4:30, and I know we didn't want to run too far over today, so I do want to wrap it up. I just still want to touch on a comment. Mason, I think you kind of put it as a joking comment. Dancing at the club is like a good type of workout, but I just want to
hey,
talk
It's a
about that for a
workout.
second. It might be, your kind of workout. Dancing might be
it's
it.
just moving,
Um,
man. Body.
During my adolescence, shout out to my mama, who was always working out, working us kids out. But I was in Taekwondo for 10 years, doing martial arts and, like doing, martial art forms and bricking boards and stuff like that. And that is the reason I have the ability and the strength today, is because I spent the years doing that, learning how to like isolate my movements and my muscles and, move my body right and exercise it right. And it, what Shawn said earlier, this stuff lends itself to so many other elements of life, and helping yourself out in a lot of different ways. So, big shout out to Zook Fitness and Staying Driven Fitness. Everybody go check those out. And if they're not
All the
the
links
things
are
for
down
you,
in the description for everybody.
And really, like Zook Fitness, what a great deal right now, guys, for $10. Staying Driven's right there at the ballpark too, where $20 a month you get uh, 4 workouts per day at the times you want. So definitely
And,
both a great deal for such little money. I mean, it's cheaper than going to a gym every month, which is
yeah.
great.
And like Bobby said earlier, you're part of a group, and it also gives you that if you're putting a little bit of money into it, it gives you that little motivation, obligation to stick to go to the workouts and to go check them out and to keep on that schedule and to build a little bit of a routine. It just gives you that incentive. So
and I can't
And
speak for the background of Staying Driven, but Zook Fitness is created, developed by quadriplegic for other individuals with spinal cord injuries. So it's someone who understands the life, understands exactly what it takes to do some of this stuff, and you can like really really trust the source. Like I love supporting individuals with disabilities, trying to support other disabled individuals as well. So that's super awesome, Dylan, and we really appreciate you doing what you do for the community in that capacity.
yeah, no, just we just check out both of us. Like we just want people to live healthier lives and be happier because of it.
and
yeah,
and there's others out there, for other people's styles. There's online boxing that you can find. You just got to go find them. There's another gentleman. It's not my style, but it's more for the ladies out there. It's dancing and it's pom pom style. And I know a few of my friends that are doing it every day, and they love that little. Like Mason was saying, dancing. It's more of a dance style, and so find what works for you. If it's
My
exactly.
being by yourself and working out because you don't want to think, because you may think you look foolish, or if it's attending with a group of people, find what works for you, but get out there and move. And you might think, I can't do it. Trust me, you can. Uh, if you just got your shoulders, we have one gentleman, that's all he does. He doesn't have a lot of upper body, and also just intellectually, he's a little challenged. So, but hey, he grabs his ball and he works out with that same ball and doing the same thing every time. But he feels
He's
great.
doing
He's
it.
happy and he's with people, and that's all that counts.
Yep. And you can't stress enough the social element of these, like specifically like staying driven and Zook. Like I know Bobby's met like a bunch of cool friends, and it's like a cool, awesome place to collaborate and push each other. And I do want to talk to Shawn about talking about some of these other types of fitness. My favorite kind of place to work out is in a pool, in some water. So we maybe can get someone on here to talk about like some aquatic fitness and things like that. But it's just what Bobby said. You know, if these two aren't your thing, it doesn't mean your thing doesn't exist. Whether it's martial arts or dancing or swimming or whatever it is, push yourself to find it and get active. And on that note, thank you so much to everybody that joined us today. Thank you to everybody that participated in the chat. We really appreciate it. It really helps out the video and the channel. And if you haven't liked it or subscribed to Live to Roll, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little notification bell to make sure that you get notified when we go live every week. We got the Lady Show every first and third Thursday of the month at 3 p.m. So that'll be coming up. Keep your eyes out for that. And we'll be back next week. Like always, I will probably not be your host. We'll probably toss it back to Shawn. But thanks for letting me take the seat today. And it was fun being in the host chair.
Hey,
So let's
you
do
did
it.
great today, Tom. So thanks a
Yeah, no,
lot
that,
for driving this ship, and also a big shout out to Mason Up. He did a little $5 donation
I
there.
meant.
So
Yeah, I totally missed that super chat. Thank you so much, Mason.
Yeah, thank you,
And
Mason. We appreciate that.
last but certainly not least, our guest today, Dillon. Thank you so much, bro. Dillon's a good friend and an awesome member of the community. I think he had to push his camera away for a second, but
I think he
just
might
want to
have a
give
doctor's call because I know he had a call coming from a doctor's
yeah, yeah,
appointment.
yeah.
So,
Well, just want to give a big shout out to Dillon and a big thank you for him showing up today to talk to us.
yeah, thank you guys.
Um,
Thank you, Dylan. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Tom, for hosting. Great job, everybody, today. Thank you all
Live
for
to roll,
watching.
everybody.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
Peace out.